pussycat. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Watch me, pussycat. Whoa, 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 whoa. Pussycat, pussycat, I love you. Yes, I do. You and your pussycat knows.
Good morning, Kat here. Well, it's almost noon. It is the Thursday. Can't remember the date. Can I see it on here? Okay, January 13th. Had to cheat. But Thursday, almost noon. Again, 11:37. Hi, Sunny. Yep. Show everybody your fuzzy butt. But the video I was taking yesterday of my water fill and all that, Sunny, I was in the middle of saying something, and I'll have to look back at the video, and I'll probably add a note or something in there, so there might be a little bit of continuity to it. But Sunny, you crack me up. Stormy's over there sitting now staring at me, but that's his favorite perch. He sits on the thing I have covering the sink so he can peek out that window. There's no windows, and I keep the one in my bedroom on that side covered because somebody can just walk right up and look in that one. But I keep it covered up because it's been too cold anyways to open the window. But he likes to sit there, and of course I keep this window open that's behind the phone, and I'm looking west toward where the sun sets, and I've Sunny, tension time. But lost my train of thought. Very easy to do. Again, yesterday the video, I had done some clips on how I do my water, and now how I do the water by myself since Chunky's not with me. Gotta blow my nose, pardon me. Got a bit of a tickle, probably because of the fur. So I was in the middle of saying something, probably how my memory sucks, but I'll go back and I'll look at it, and if I have to add a clip in there to finish my thoughts, like I said, the continuity will be all screwy, and it won't be taped yesterday. It'll, whatever. But I'll look back and I'll see what it was. Sunny, I love you, honey, but you know I'm trying to talk. Yeah. I think you kind of know something's up. I'm sitting here, and I'm dressed, and my bed is made. Usually and litter box has been scooped, and all my morning chores. So all the normal daily stuff is done. Thank God I didn't put my chapstick on. But I'm sitting here, and I'm debating what to do next. I've been in this spot here in La Posa South since I got back on January 2nd, and today's the 13th, so I've been here about 10 days or so. I would think I was wanting a change, so where I'm at right at the moment, and I have plenty of time to ultimately make that decision with the tasks that I have to do, but I'm debating whether to just move to a different spot here in La Posa South near some friends, or go over to Dome Rock where the next gathering is. It's the Gypsy Minstrel Caravan gathering or something, and there's some other friends that are gathering like real close by from the Nomadness gathering. So I'm debating it, so I can go 3 different places if I want to. And as I said, I've got plenty to do. Take a couple hours probably, but that's the point of explaining. My morning chores are done. Late start because my head, and but I was wanting to time myself, and everything is as it would be, living daily day to day. I was going to try and do clips to show my inside routine and some of the outside, which you've already seen, but then I would put it all together and speed it up, and then give you the final total of how long everything took to do. And then, of course, decide where I'm going to go, because I have to move stuff around in here, undo the stuff I have outside, bring inside what I need to bring inside, load the truck up with what I need to load the truck up with, and then hook up, slide in, all that happy stuff. And then I have to dump my black tank and the gray water. And I put water in yesterday, but I might go ahead and add a little bit more. I was debating whether or not, especially if I left camp, was debating whether or not to set my water tank up so that I can bring extra water, so that when I get out there I can take a shower and still have enough water to go for a week to 10 days or whatever it is. So a couple decisions to be made. I like the rush of doing this. I miss the company of Chunky, because we always chattered, and our goofy conversations and just experiencing this. So it is 100% different being by myself, and it's been a long road. I'm trying not to get emotional. Been a long road to get back to the social person I used to be. And what I mean by that is, as nervous as I was to go to, like, say, I went to college as an adult to get my nursing degree. And, like, starting a new job is terrifying. I always hate starting a new job. And each quarter, each semester, because mine started out quarters and then it went to semesters. But each time a new session started, it was, oh my God, the classes, the new people. And as social as I was, it was easy enough. As nervous as I was, and I think nerves had a lot to do with it, it would cause me to be real chatty. So I'm sitting in there, we're all getting in the room, and half the time, especially if it was odd classes, there were certain classes that weren't nurse. I had a core nursing thing that I had to take when I was in college. I got my LPN first, and that was a whole different thing, and that counted as like the first year of the 2-year nursing degree. So when I went to true college, I had the generals and the core stuff that I had to get done before I could jump into the second year of the nursing program. So a lot of those classes, I wasn't with the same people as I was once I had the bridge, because there was 2 different classes or something, 2 different quarters that I had to take to combine the diploma for the LPN into the associate degree, so that in turn I could sit for my registered nurse license. So I've got 2 different licenses, or have had the first one and then I have the second. But anyways, the point I was getting at was, I'd go into these classes, I'd be nervous because it's starting all over, new professor, blah, 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 blah. But my nerves had me so that I'd sit there and, hi, what's your major? Hi, what's your major? What brought you here? Oh, good, I seen you in the other class. So my nerves kept me so that I was like, bah, 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 bah. So it's been ever since I got attacked by a patient at my last employment, my last job as a nurse, and this was in 2016. So it's been a rough, 5 years now. June will be 6 years. And it's been really hard for me to not only engage people, but trust enough. Trust my gut, and I'm learning to re-listen. I'm learning to listen to my gut, put it that way, to trust people. So part of it, where I'm so used to having someone around, or all summer I had my kids with me, to now all of a sudden, I love my quiet, I love my space, and this was the whole goal, so I'm not complaining. But when you're used to having, and I know Chunky can relate because we talk about this all the time, having, I could just holler to that end of the trailer, and Chunky's like, yeah, what are we doing for dinner? And I'm back here, I don't know, what do you want? I don't know, what do you want? Usually, hey, silly owls, But, so it's been different. Much different. I have my 2 little cuddle buddies, so that continuity has really helped. and I absolutely love it out here. Today's just an emotional day. Today's uh, a day that I actually feel halfway decent. I had a 3 day bad migraine bout, and then I'm it's either a toss up, I gave myself food poisoning, or the fact that I can't do dairy, cheese, whatever. The meal that I had made myself had Alfredo sauce in it, and I know better to eat stuff like that, but it's one of those, it sounded really good, and I grilled up some chicken, and it tasted absolutely amazing. There was nothing wrong with it. And, but the older I've got, dairy doesn't agree with me. So I felt near death. I was sick as a dog. And so yesterday, like I said, I wasn't feeling good, but I had to get water. But today I feel much better, obviously. But it was still a slow start, and my head, I fight my migraines all the time. And, I really have to take care to try and jump on a headache. Seems like I have headaches all the time. They're very varying degrees of misery. But if I sense one coming on, the real trigger, or the real way I'm able to tell that a migraine is going to come and destroy me, the vertigo gets bad, the tinnitus, the ringing in the ears, tinnitus, tinnitus, whichever you say, gets really bad, like the volume's turned up on both. So I know it's going to be a bad one. But like if I wake up in severe pain in the morning, and if I don't try and take something for it and then lay still and not rush my morning, I might be able to get up and deal with the day. Today was one of those days that it wasn't so bad. I was able to sleep a little bit last night compared to the last several nights. So, hi Storm. Now it's Stormy's turn. So I got up and it's like, okay, let's do this. So again, my point for today is all my normal daily stuff is done. What I want to succeed in accomplishing with what I'm going to do now, I'm going to try and take some inside clips, and again some quick short outside clips, put it together, speed it up so that you can kind of see the hustle and bustle that I do by myself, and then get hooked up and see at least how long that takes. Now, going up front or going back that way to stand in line to dump black tank and top off the water and get some water, that aside's its own animal. We've done that. That might be what takes the bulk of the time, but I definitely want to see how fast, from the time I'm dressed and ready to go out the door, it takes me to get this chore done to the point where I'm hooking up and ready to do the runaround and then pull out. So my very first thing that I normally do, like right now, they know something's up because I'm fully dressed. They get nervous when I leave. I don't want to say get nervous because most of the time they just go back to sleep if they're not already asleep when I leave. But I got my work boots on and I'm dressed like I would normally dress to work, So they kind of got their twitchy ears like, mom's doing something. But what I normally do with them, and I'm not sure what the temp is now. It's not as cold as it was this morning. But what I normally do first is I get their harnesses out. This is not something that either one of them like, and they know something's up because they know they just don't like the harnesses for one. And then they know that it's just going to be probably a long day, and they're headed out to the kennel. Like I said, once they're in the kennel, they're fine. They're eager to get back in here, but it's just the initial getting the harnesses on and getting them out of the truck. And I do that so that I can run in and out and have the door open. For the most part, Sonny never, ever, ever goes near the door unless I'm tossing groceries in and he's got to check things out. Or if I'm sitting there and he can see me and he'll come up to the screen. Stormy, on the other hand, if he's not up here staring at me, like I said, he likes to check out the window and stare. But if he hears me outside, especially putting the key in, he'll be sitting there, and I open the door and I look up and he's right here. Meow, meow, meow. But he has a tendency to I open the door, he'll hop down and he walks right up to the door and he tries to nose around. So I am a little more cautious and nervous with him because I could see him stepping out and then freaking out and then not knowing what to do because I don't think I don't know, but I don't know that he'd run back in the house, say he stepped out. Um, because I do have people that drive behind me on this side. Not so much real close on this side, but over the wash there is a road there, and thankfully they don't go zipping through, but they still come through, and cars might freak him out because he's not an outside cat. So that will be my first task. I changed how I did it. I normally put the harnesses in the cubes that I have, but I kept it up there so that I could just snatch it and go. But they're both over there guarding the treat jug. I keep a treat jug over there on the floor, and Sunny knocked it over, so they're both over there sitting there. So I need to get the day started, and then in the process be thinking about exactly where I might want to move to next. So wish me luck. Thank you for hanging with me. And as I said, I'm gonna try and take some clips inside, try and take some clips outside, just that you can see the hustle and bustle and what I do in here. And like I said, I'm ultimately gonna set my timer and see how long this takes. And I know this last, especially tear down and set back up, was much quicker than when I come out November 29th. That was a long breakdown or set up camp. But when I went to Ehrenberg and I broke camp, drove and set camp, and then when I turned around to come back here, that was even quicker. So I'm hoping, especially doing this, I'm helping myself and getting quicker. There's going to be things that happen that slow me down, and I get it, and that's expected. If it's expected. So wish me luck, and first task is getting the guys harnessed. So we'll see how this goes. Say bye to everybody. Say bye.